me, Maya. Today we are diving into the topic that affects all of us in our daily lives: focus and mental clarity. In a world full of distractions, learning how to sharpen our mind and boost concentration is essential for success, productivity, and peace of mind. So let's explore this fascinating subject with CCNI Maya, designed to unlock the practical strategies and scientific wisdom. So, first of all, hello Maya, how are you doing?
Sounds like a good one. Focus is a whole thing these days, right? So many little pools for your attention. What sparked this episode for you specifically?
Maya, because this is a most of the most common topic that most of the people have issues of, like they just the social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram just distract them from concentration or to use their time in productivity. So that was the that was a thing that truly inspired me to choose this topic to discuss with you. So without wasting time, we have to start our today's amazing podcast. So first of all, Maya, how would you define the focus and mental clarity in simple terms?
Okay, that makes total sense. TikTok's a black hole, for sure. It's designed to be. So, jumping in, what do you think is the biggest hurdle people face when trying to actually break free from that pull? Is it willpower? Knowing better? Something else?
Maya, like
Mm.
you can
So,
define the whole, like both of it, and in its detail. So please answer in details as everything, because when you will answer in details, it will help us to understand it and learn a lot from you. So please in detail, and you can continue and like now.
all right, let's break it down. It's not just one thing, honestly. It's a mix of neurological, psychological, and even design factors. Neurologically, those apps are designed to give you dopamine hits, little rewards every time you scroll, like every few seconds. Like, dopamine is a neurotransmitter linked to pleasure and motivation, and it's super addictive. Your brain starts craving that little jolt, which is why it's so hard to put the phone down. It's a similar pathway to other addictions. Psychologically, there's something called loss aversion. We feel the pain of missing out, FOMO, much more strongly than the pleasure of gaining something. So, the fear of missing a funny video or an important update keeps us scrolling. Plus, a lot of these platforms are built around social comparison, which can trigger anxiety and keep you hooked. And then the design itself is deliberately addictive. Infinite scroll, push notifications, autoplay, everything is engineered to maximize engagement. They're not just trying to entertain you, they're trying to keep you on the platform for as long as possible so they can show you more ads. So, it's a complex issue, and willpower alone isn't enough. You're basically fighting against really sophisticated psychological and neurological tricks. Does that make sense?
Yes, man, that totally makes sense. And that was the explanation that I really want from you. And thanks so much for sharing with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us that why is focus so important in today's fast-paced digital world?
Well, in a world that's constantly screaming for your attention, focus is kind of your superpower. It's not just about getting more done, though that's a perk. It's about the quality of what you're doing. Deep work, when you're really focused, allows for more creative thinking, better problem solving, and a greater sense of satisfaction. When you're constantly switching between tasks, you end up with attention residue, which basically means your brain is still partially engaged with the previous task, hindering your performance on the current one. It's mentally exhausting too. And honestly, in a world of information overload, the ability to filter out the noise and concentrate on what truly matters is becoming a critical skill for staying sane, let alone successful. It's about intentionality too, deciding where to put your energy instead of letting it get scattered everywhere.
Okay, Maya, there was so much great explanation about my question. And my can tell us that, but like to explain behind how our brain maintains focus.
All right, let's dive into the brain stuff. So, focus isn't just one area lighting up. It's a whole network of brain regions working together. The prefrontal cortex is key. That's the part of your brain responsible for executive functions like planning, decision making, and crucially, attention. When you're focused, the prefrontal cortex suppresses distractions and keeps you on task. Then you've got the parietal lobe, which helps process sensory information and spatial awareness. It helps you filter out what's irrelevant. And the thalamus acts like a gatekeeper, regulating the flow of information to the cortex. When you're focused, the brain shifts into a state called attentional control. And there's actually a decrease in activity in areas associated with mind wandering. It's also linked to specific brainwave patterns, particularly beta waves. Basically, when you focus, your brain is organizing itself to prioritize information and block out the noise. It's a demanding process, which is why sustained focus requires energy and why breaks are so important. Does that make sense, or do you want me to get into the neurotransmitters involved?
So yeah, I don't know what any transfer involves. That was good explanation, and don't worry about it. Mike, can you tell us that what are the biggest distractions that reduce our mental clarity?
Oh, good to know. No need to get bogged down in the brain chemistry if it's not your thing. As for biggest distractions, where to even start? Obviously, social media is a huge one, notifications, endless scrolling. But it's not just that. Multitasking is a myth. Constantly switching between tasks fragments your attention and reduces cognitive performance. Even seemingly harmless things like background noise, a cluttered workspace, or even excessive multitasking can chip away at your mental clarity. Internal distractions are a biggie too. Things like worry, stress, and even hunger. And then there's information overload. Constantly bombarding yourself with news, emails, and updates leaves your brain feeling overwhelmed and unable to process things effectively. Basically, anything that pulls your attention away from the present moment can reduce mental clarity. It's about creating an environment, both internal and external, that supports focus.
Okay, that's great, Maya. That
Gotcha.
was amazing explanation. Okay, so Maya, now
Glad to hear
can
it.
you tell us that how does nutrition impact focus on brain performance?
You said my name a little differently there, but no worries. And yes, nutrition is massively important. Your brain is a seriously energy hungry organ, and the fuel you give it directly impacts its performance. Things like consistently eating refined sugars and processed foods can lead to energy crashes and brain fog. A diet rich in whole foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, provides a steady stream of glucose, which is the brain's primary fuel source. Specifically, things like omega-3 fatty acids found in fish and flax seeds are crucial for brain health and cognitive function. Antioxidants found in berries and leafy greens protect brain cells from damage. And staying hydrated is key. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive performance. It's really about providing your brain with the nutrients it needs to function optimally. Think of it like fueling a high performance car. You wouldn't put cheap gas in a Ferrari, right?
Yes, okay, yes, well, that's a too much good explanation, Maya. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And Maya, can you tell us that is there a connection between hydration and mental clarity or not?
Absolutely, there's a huge connection. Even mild dehydration, like just feeling a little thirsty, can significantly impair cognitive function. Your brain is about 73% water, so staying hydrated is crucial for everything from concentration and memory to mood regulation. When you're dehydrated, blood flow to the brain decreases, which can lead to fatigue, difficulty focusing, and impaired cognitive performance. Studies have shown that dehydration can even affect short term memory and psychomotor skills. It's also linked to increased stress and anxiety. Basically, if your brain isn't getting enough water, it can't function at its best. It's a really simple thing to address, but it can have a major impact on mental clarity. Right.
Okay, that's great,
So,
Maya. Very good to hear about it. Like, can you tell us that how can caffeine or energy drink both help and harm focus?
okay, let's talk caffeine. It's a bit of a double edged sword. On the one hand, caffeine is a stimulant, and it can definitely boost alertness, focus, and cognitive performance, at least temporarily. It works by blocking adenosine, a neurotransmitter that promotes sleepiness. This leads to increased dopamine and norepinephrine levels, which can improve mood and concentration. However, the benefits come with the cost. Too much caffeine can lead to anxiety, jitters, and insomnia. It can also create a cycle of dependence where you need more and more to get the same effect. And when you stop, you can experience withdrawal symptoms like headaches and fatigue. Energy drinks are particularly problematic because they often contain very high doses of caffeine along with added sugars and other stimulants. Those extra ingredients can exacerbate the negative effects. So, while caffeine can be a useful tool for boosting focus in moderation, it's important to be mindful of your intake and avoid relying on it as a long term solution. It's definitely not a substitute for sleep, good nutrition, and other healthy habits.
Hmm. Okay, Maya. It's saying that caffeine is also a good thing and also a bad thing. It can affect everyone, anyone, and anything. So, Maya, can you tell us what daily habits can help us to strengthen our attention span?
You got it. It really is a balancing act with caffeine. Okay. Daily habits to strengthen your attention span. There are a lot. First, mindfulness and meditation. Even just 5 or 10 minutes a day can help train your brain to focus on the present moment and reduce mind wandering. Regular physical exercise is also huge. It increases blood flow to the brain and promotes neuroplasticity. Prioritize sleep. A well rested brain is a focused brain. Break down tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks that makes them less overwhelming. Practice single tasking instead of multitasking. Seriously, focus on one thing at a time. And finally, create a dedicated workspace free from distractions. It's about training your brain to associate that space with focused work. It takes consistency, but it's definitely achievable. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it gets.
Okay, that's it, Maya. Thank you so much for sharing that information with us. And Maya, can you explain that how important is physical exercise for mental sharpness?
Absolutely. Physical exercise isn't just about your body, it's a total brain booster. When you exercise, your heart pumps more blood to your brain, delivering more oxygen and nutrients. This improves cognitive function, memory, and learning. Exercise also stimulates the release of growth factors like BDNF, which promotes the growth of new brain cells and strengthens existing connections. It can reduce stress and anxiety, which can significantly impair mental clarity. And it improves sleep quality, which, as we've already discussed, is crucial for cognitive performance. Think of exercise as fertilizer for your brain. It helps it grow, stay healthy, and function at its best. It doesn't have to be intense, even a brisk walk can make a difference. The key is consistency. One of the most effective things you can do for both your physical and mental well being.
Okay, that's it,
Gotcha.
Maya.
Sounds like a
And
good.
yes, Maya, I'm with you, just listening to your amazing answers. My candle is that are there any quick exercises to instantly regain focus, or there's no?
There actually are a few quick things you can do. One is the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. It helps reduce eye strain and refocus your attention. Deep breathing exercises like the 478 technique we talked about earlier can calm your nervous system and improve focus. A quick body scan meditation, just noticing sensations in your body, can bring you back to the present moment. Even a short burst of physical activity like jumping jacks or a quick walk around the room can boost blood flow to the brain. And sometimes simply closing your eyes for a minute, taking a few deep breaths can be enough to reset your focus. They're not magic bullets, but they can be helpful tools to have in your arsenal.
Hmm. Okay, that's
All
it,
right,
man.
so
Good to
those
hear about it. Like, can you tell us what role does breathing play in calming the mind for better clarity?
breathing is seriously underrated. It's a direct link between your body and your mind. When you're stressed or anxious, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, which activates your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response. This releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which impairs cognitive function. Slow, deep breathing, on the other hand, activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest response. This lowers your heart rate, reduces blood pressure, and decreases cortisol levels. It literally tells your brain that you're safe. Deep breathing also increases oxygen supply to the brain, which improves cognitive function and promotes a sense of calm. Techniques like diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing, and the 478 technique are particularly effective. It's a simple, accessible tool you can use anytime, anywhere to calm your mind and improve clarity. So it's like a little reset button for your nervous system.
Okay, man, that's nice. Good to hear about this explanation. And now can you tell us that how can journaling or writing can improve focus and mental processing?
Journaling is fantastic for that. It's not just about recording your day, it's a powerful tool for cognitive processing. When you write, you're forced to slow down and articulate your thoughts and feelings. This helps you clarify your thinking, identify patterns, and make connections you might not otherwise notice. It also helps offload mental clutter, freeing up cognitive resources for more focused thinking. The act of writing engages different parts of your brain, strengthening neural pathways and improving memory. Some people find free writing, just writing whatever comes to mind without censoring yourself, to be particularly helpful for unlocking insights. Even spending just 10-15 minutes a day journaling can make a big difference in your focus and mental clarity. It's a way of organizing your inner world, which, in turn, helps you organize your outer world.
Okay, Maya, that was nice
Right.
information. Thank you so much for
So,
sharing with us. And Maya, now can you tell us that how does our environment like lighting or workspace setup can affect clarity?
absolutely. Your environment has a huge impact on your ability to focus. Lighting is key. Natural light is ideal. But if that's not possible, opt for bright, full spectrum lighting that mimics daylight. Avoid fluorescent lights, which can cause eye strain and headache. Clutter free workspace is also essential. Visual clutter can be mentally distracting. Organize your desk and minimize distractions as much as possible. Things like plants can be helpful. They add a touch of nature and can improve air quality. And consider noise levels. Some people prefer complete silence, while others find white noise or ambient music helpful for blocking out distractions. Ultimately, the goal is to create a space that is both calming and conducive to concentration. It's about minimizing sensory overload and creating an environment that supports your focus. Yeah, it's amazing how
Hmm.
much of a
Okay, Maya, that was nice.
difference
And now, Maya, can you tell us what is the best time of day to do focus work for the most people?
that's a great question. And honestly, it's super individual. But generally speaking, for most people, the best time of day for focus work is during their peak cognitive performance period. For many, that's in the morning, after getting enough sleep and before the day's distractions pile up. Cortisol levels are naturally higher in the morning, which can enhance alertness and focus. However, some people are night owls and find they're more productive in the evening. The key is to identify your own natural rhythms and schedule your most demanding tasks for when you're at your best. Pay attention to when you feel most alert, energized, and able to concentrate. It's also important to be consistent with your sleep schedule. That helps regulate your circadian rhythm and optimize your cognitive performance throughout the day. It's about working with your body's natural tendencies, not against them.
Okay, Maya, that was great. Thank you so much
Right.
for sharing with us. But now, can you tell us how do brain waves influence concentration and clarity?
Okay, let's get into brain waves. They're essentially electrical impulses in your brain, and different frequencies are associated with different states of consciousness. When you're focused and alert, your brain primarily operates in beta waves. Those are fast, low amplitude waves. As you become more relaxed and daydreamy, your brain shifts towards alpha waves, which are slower and more rhythmic. When you're deeply relaxed or meditating, you enter theta waves, which are even slower. And during sleep, you experience delta waves, which are the slowest and highest amplitude waves. For concentration and clarity, you want to be in a beta or low theta state. Techniques like mindfulness,
Okay,
meditation,
that's
and
it.
neurofeedback train your brain to
Maya, this is
produce more
information for us. And now, can you tell us that can listening to music or
of these
volume
optimal
in
brainwave
noise
frequencies.
improve focus, or is silence is better?
Optimal brainwave patterns. So, essentially, your brain waves are a direct reflection of your mental state. And by learning to influence them, you can improve your focus and clarity. Does that make sense? It's pretty fascinating stuff, actually.
Yes, Maya, that really makes sense and was a great explanation. Right now, can you tell us are there foods or supplements scientifically proven to boost clarity?
Okay, let's talk brain food. There's definitely some science behind it. Omega-3 fatty acids, as we mentioned earlier, are huge. Studies show they improve cognitive function and reduce inflammation. Foods rich in antioxidants like blueberries, spinach, and dark chocolate protect brain cells from damage. Caffeine, in moderation, can boost alertness. But beyond that, things like turmeric, which contains curcumin, has anti inflammatory and antioxidant properties. B vitamins, particularly B12 and folate, are essential for brain health. And creatine, often associated with muscle building, has also been shown to improve cognitive performance, particularly in vegetarians. As for supplements, it's always best to talk to a doctor before starting anything new, but things like L-theanine, an amino acid found in green tea, can promote relaxation without drowsiness, and Bacopa monnieri, an herb used in Ayurvedic medicine, has been shown to improve memory and cognitive function. It's worth noting that a healthy, balanced diet is always the foundation. Supplements are meant to complement, not replace that. Right. So focusing on whole foods. Okay, so we've covered a lot. Gotcha. Well, it sounds like we've hit a natural stopping point. It was good chatting with you, Hisham. Always a fun conversation. If anything else comes up, you know where to find me. Oh, all right. Have a good one.